There we go. How is everyone doing today? Don't you love when you just come back and nothing is how you want it to be? Things are just all right, fucked up, and that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Have you all been having yourselves a fantastic day? To all my American friends, I hope your Thanksgiving weekend was great. Here in Canada, we did that back in October, so it's back to the show with us. I might have bring that light a bit to fuck with this shit a bit because it's a little darker. But you know what? That doesn't matter. My guests today, I have two, actually. I have Myles and Steve from Under the Mountain joining us. So that'll be a fuck ton of fun. I'll adjust shit after. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Oh, of course. Now I got all of my settings got right messed with. So now I got to go and make sure I have you guys. There you are. Booyah. How are both of you doing today? And also, thank you for taking the time to be with us here on the show today.
No problem, man. Not too bad. How about you?
I am fantastic. You know, I can't complain. I'm having a grand old time. Just enjoying what I do on Tuesdays. I get to have fantastic guests like you guys on, listen to a bunch of wicked underground music, and just hang, chill, drink coffee, smoke weed, have a blast. So I'm stoked as ever. How are both of you guys?
It was a great Tuesday.
It is a great Tuesday. And this is weird in a really cool way because, like I was telling everyone in the stream, Steve, you used to be the co-host of this show way back in the day.
Years ago.
So it's really cool kind of having you on in particular, especially with the new format and everything, because there's a little bit of additional history there. If anyone goes back to old YouTube videos, they're going to see your face everywhere.
Yeah, until Devin realized that I'm not that great at speaking.
I think everyone got busy too. I mean, BG had a plethora of hosts up until now, and even now he has a plethora of co-hosts that just kind of jump in whenever. And you know, life gets in the way. Drex, who's the new co-host, hasn't been on for quite a while. Actually, now that I'm looking back on it, but he had to move, get everything figured out, situated, and when he's ready to go, there's a spot here for him. But enough about that for now. I'll talk to you more about that and how that all was way back when. But I want to talk more about Under the Mountain to start. How have you guys been as a band? Because I don't think I've had the pleasure of talking to you guys since you all rolled through town all those years ago.
That's right.
How long ago was that? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
I want to say 3, but then pandemic makes me really unable to tell time. So I'm going to say 4.
Yeah, something like that. It was the last tour, I think.
Yeah, and Devin was the tour manager for you, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, we've been pretty good. Like we've gone through a lineup change since then.
Yeah, who's the drummer or bass? It's been a long time. Both. Okay, no wonder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are the new guys fitting then with that in mind?
They're so good. We've known both of them for a long time. Like they both filled in for us a couple times over the years. They already knew a bunch of the tunes, and they're all good guys. So it was as easy a transition as it could possibly be.
Hell yeah! It makes it a lot easier too if someone knows your stuff already.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've known each other for years and years too, and they've played in bands together. So them joining as like almost like a rhythm section as one is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I imagine it must be really nice for you guys as a unit to get past that like weird fitting area where if you're bringing someone no one knows and everyone's got to get situated and kind of get acquainted. Having them already having history and you guys all having history together must make it a lot easier to just kind of get into the rhythm of everything.
It was seamless.
For both those guys, and we realized we needed a new member. There wasn't even like a discussion of who we're gonna get for both times. It was just like, yep, let's get John. No, let's get Andrew. It was just easiest choice.
No, that's really not that. That's just handy in general because I know a lot of bands that are struggling right now to find members because I mean, it sucks. Bass players, drummers, whatever instrument you play, you are hard to come by because you're probably already in a fuck ton of projects.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. What led to just the change? Was it just because the past few years have been crazy for everyone. A lot of bands have gone through their lineup changes just due to people realizing maybe it's not the best for everyone to try to force something, and some projects going on hiatus, or other bands just being like, some of us aren't really down to keep going. You guys keep doing it, though. It's just the past few years have been a moment of reflection for some where they've taken a step back. Others have taken a huge step forward. Others are still kind of on the fence, figuring out where it is everything lies for them. And I'm kind of curious, what was that whole process like? And I guess what led to having to bring new members in?
Well, with Fred, him and his family moved out to Ontario. So obviously that's not going to work.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, hologram technology is just not where we need it right now, and it's too expensive.
Not yet. Yeah, a couple hundred years we can bring it back.
Yeah, and he's also more of a dedicated family man than a band man.
Hell yeah, and nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, that's no. And with Kurt, we don't get too much into detail with it, but it was just COVID. Just things happened. It didn't work.
That's fair. I find that's there's a plethora of ones that can be like people deciding to be more family individuals, people just choosing to have different tastes, band members realizing. There was no hard feelings. We're still like they both were brothers to us. Like there's no hard feelings from our end at all. That's good.
It was a bummer when it happened, but it's things happen.
Sometimes things just have to happen for things to move forward because, like you said, you found two guys fairly quickly that fit the roles. And coming out of members leaving, that's got to be really nice for you. When did those two guys end up joining?
Well, John was a couple years ago, officially.
Yeah.
Or maybe even... Oh, man, COVID has screwed my brain up.
I think it's close to 3, because I think Jen, my girlfriend Jen, she saw, I believe, the last show that Fred did. I think because she met Fred. So
January
I'm pretty sure
2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
of course that didn't happen.
Yeah. Then last year was actually it'll be close to exactly a year. I think December or something was Andrew.
Okay, so you've had about a solid year now with the new established lineup. What has 2022 been like for you guys then? Like, what were your goals after you got your final new member and you had your lineup solidified? Like, what were the goals that you had set for yourself? And then which of those did you achieve? And I guess which ones did you have to kind of readjust?
Well, I mean, our first goal, the main reason why we got the new lineup was we had to head into the studio. And so that was our goal, is to record an album, which we did.
Hell yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah, and we're still plugging away on, naming it.
It's been like 2 months of just like they can't settle on a name. Like one person will like one thing and other. Hey, you got a friend back there. What's going on?
Oh, hey Jared, how you doing?
Hey Jared. Jared.
Stop acknowledging me. I'm trying to be sneaky and not up your shit.
My main camera for the stream can't see him, but the one you have has it just positioned so you can see the corner.
Okay, bye. I'm trying to be sneaky.
Awesome. What were we talking about?
It's the studio, and then goals after. We were talking goals of 2022. The first one that you guys talked to was going and getting an album done. And no one can agree on a name.
Yeah. We got a couple different ideas. We thought we had narrowed it down between 2. So we said, okay, we'll take 1 week. End of the week, we're going to decide which one of these 2 we want. So that week came, and we go, all right, which one are we picking? And then it was like some guys came up with new ideas and didn't like the old ones, and now we're back to square one.
Some guys, Miles.
I was still good at one of those 2. That's not one of those guys.
Well, the joys of naming anything. People think naming songs is hard. No, try to name an album.
That's why our first 2 albums were 1 and 2.
That is exactly why.
That makes a whole lot. I mean, at that rate, 3 seems like the viable choice.
I think that's a great idea. How about you, Steve?
Seems like I'm done with the numbers.
Yeah.
No, that's best of luck to you guys in regards to naming it. How many tracks can we look forward to hearing once you finally do name it and kind of unleash it on everyone?
There'll be 11 tracks, which is like 2 of them are kind of just in between tracks. So like 9 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell, that's really cool. So I want to encourage anyone in the chat, if you're hanging out, please feel free to leave any questions as well. I'm pretty sure something will pop up that will...
like Jared.
Yeah, like Jared. I actually thought he was going.
I was going.
Jared. What are his goals? I'd like to know that.
He's out to make as much money as he can during his skip shift tonight. He's braving the cold weather. So that's awesome. So about 11 tracks, about 2 filler tracks, and 9 like full actual songs. Listening to what you have up there, like we listened to some of your live performance. We listened to the Black Velvet cover. Trying to remember the name. I think it was FTP or
PPT.
Yeah, that one. And we listened to that. And obviously, you guys have a lot of hard rock roots in what you do. Like I hear a lot more rock and roll than like heavy metals in there. But I'm really curious. Like,
wait till you hear the new album.
I hope you guys caught that. I hope so. So, first question, then we'll get to the second one. What were your main influences when you guys decided to start Under the Mountain and making those first few records?
I mean,
interesting.
For me, my influences were a lot of Down for riffage.
Okay.
I think Alice in Chains, as far as our harmonies go.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah. How about you, Steve?
That was a long time ago. My tastes have changed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of classic rock and the such.
Hey, that's fair. Like you said, it was a long time ago. You guys have been going for what, 7 or 8 years now?
No, more than that. Like 12, 13.
Jesus Christ.
I think I was around 2021 when we started. 20.
It was 2010.
Yeah, 12 years.
So it was 8 or 9 years the last time we spoke. I just didn't add the additional compound stuff on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've done that, what influences did you find gentlemen bring to the table on the material that you have yet to unleash upon us?
I have a funny answer for this.
Okay. We like funny answers.
My music tastes have been changing a lot lately, and two bands in particular have kind of changed the way that I write music. And that's a band called Elder and another band called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Okay, that name is fucking awesome.
Oh, you gotta check them out. They're great.
That alliteration.
And they haven't influenced me necessarily musically, but just in the way that they seem to not give a shit and write what the hell they want, even if it's like the weirdest fucking shit that you've ever heard. Sorry if I'm not supposed to be swearing.
No, you can dude. This is we smoke on stream. You can say whatever the fuck you want, my dear friend.
Perfect. But that's kind of been my take lately.
Okay, Miles, how about for you?
Yeah, these songs, some of them, like one of the ones I started writing before we released our second album. So, like, some of these are riffs from back a long time ago, and then some of them, too, like, it's all over the board. Like, they got some real heavy, like, our heaviest song, I think, it's kind of like a High on Fire vibe, like my vocals for it.
Okay.
And, but then it's, like, some other songs are more slow. I don't know. It's all over the board. It's like our first 2 albums. There's no real one influence. It's just a whole mix of everything.
A big old hodgepodge of every influence you can have, and see how it goes.
That's how we always do it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you find your sound. I find. there's nothing wrong with like having your influences and using those. She should stand down. You can't have my honey. Like there's nothing wrong with having the bands and the sounds you want to kind of emulate a bit and show homage to. I feel like that's how we get some really cool riffs sometimes. Someone goes, oh, well, that was cool, but what if I did like this instead with this and then that? Oh, I got a whole new riff based off that, and that's pretty fucking cool. So that stuff's cool, but I find a lot of people box themselves and like, I'm going to be this and only this, and I find it's far healthier to be able to at least throw whatever you can and pull from whatever influences you have. So it's really cool to hear that you guys have that approach.
Yeah, when we started the band, I didn't want to be just like a one sound band. I wanted to do, be able to just play whatever we want. It's,
exactly.
Mess around and actually was kind of
fun from day one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. PIND was asking, and I'm kind of already answered it, but I guess we'll maybe get a little clarification. Is switching or shifting genres difficult for you guys as composers, or is it just more of a natural evolution?
Natural.
Yeah, I've never really tried to write a certain kind of genre song.
No.
You just go with whatever flows?
Yeah, it's very rare that somebody brings a riff to the table and people say no. I don't know if that's ever even happened. It's like, it's always either like, I like that, but what if we do this? Or it's like, we'll add this to it. But we always find a way to make a riff work.
Yeah.
That's a really cool way of building, because that way no one really feels ostracized if they like keep bringing stuff to the table and it keeps getting denied. If you're finding ways to ebb and flow and work on stuff, then that's just cool. It allows everyone to bring what they can.
I lied. I know there's one song or one half song I brought to the table that Steve didn't like for years and years. And one day I was just messing around playing it, and he goes, "What's that? That sounds really cool." I'm like, "What the fuck? I've been showing you this for so long."
Sometimes it's timing. 100.
Yeah,
sometimes it's timing.
I wasn't actually. I had to close this heater behind me. It's friggin' hot in here.
Oh shit! No, don't. Take care of that. We don't want your butt to randomly light on fire midstream.
Oh, I'm cooking.
Oh.
I think it'd be quite the show.
I mean, it'd be entertaining, but I would feel we'd have to do something. We're just gonna remove that. Lizzie, if you're here, please. Actually, no, I have it. I can do this. Bots. I love dealing with bots and spam. It's a grand old time. We on it though. How did you guys go about recording? Did you guys like go in analog, like as analog as you can be? And by that, I mean like miking instruments and miking amps and miking cabs, or did you do a hybrid, or did you go all digital? Like, what was the mindset behind recording?
Everything was a performance. Every little sound we have. The drums are all, nothing's sampled. Yeah, we mic'd everything. We have some synth stuff, so I guess there is some MIDI, but it's still all performance.
Yeah, synth's a different thing. I mean, they've been doing keyboard synth stuff since the 70s and 80s. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like when bands take the effort to do that. I know it's far more difficult, and you have to be... actually, did you guys do it like all together in the room, or did you do it like separate instruments and separate takes, like drummer to a guitar backing track, or guitar to a metronome and drummer back in?
Just to get the feel right, we all jammed with our drummer. I don't think we actually kept any of the takes that the three of us, the guitars and bass, did at the time, but we all jammed together when we tracked the drums in the same room.
Okay, that's cool. So the drums still have that, like, everyone's vibing off each other vibe, and then everyone else went in after and, like, redubbed their parts, essentially.
Yeah.
And we did record those takes. And it was nice because when I go in the studio, I don't record all of my I don't write all my solos beforehand. I'll have some kind of parts here and there I know, then some parts I'll figure out in the studio. So I use some of those takes and I listen back to them and use that as like references for my guitar solos. And so it was nice that we did that because it worked out, that way.
Well, hearing yourself back is the best way to be able to like really analyze yourself. We can really miss a lot of things in the moment. Like, or we try to be or we might overanalyze things, like the whole like post-show. Maybe someone feels like they had a bad set or a bad song and they're hyper fixated, just being like, no, man. they knew. They could all tell that I was off my game. And then you get off stage, and I was like, dude, that was fucking awesome, dude, this song was fucking great. And they named the song that dude's stressing out about, and they're like, wait, what? Okay, cool. Cool.
That's my secret, is I always fuck up, so I never feel bad.
That's rock and roll and prog, you know? It's not a fuck up, it's intentional.
Yeah. It's jazz.
I was going to say it's jazz, yeah.
There we go. What do you guys, I know you guys have to name the album and you have to put it out. Actually, before we get any further, do you want to check out that track and show everyone the song that you sent me there, Steve?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Here, let's scroll way up here. So we got 2 submissions that we will get to later on, but we have Demons. So what I'll do here is pull that up. Share the screen. Boom.
Ooh.
We're all together, and let's check this out. Anything you guys want to say about the song before we check it out?
If you like it or not, I don't care.
There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember what the hell it was, so fuck it.
Fuck it. Let's just play the song?
Yeah.
All right, let's just play the song. Here we go, everyone. Here is Demons by Under the Mountain.
I can't hear it. Can you hear it, Steve?
Oh, let me get it going here. Do you hear it? Here, let me get it going here.
Sorry. Do we have to click watch stream here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Give me a thumbs up. You got it now?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. I gotta say quickly, I love the way you guys harmonize. Like, Steve, your high bellows. Damn, good work on that, man. Because I knew the highs were you, but I wasn't sure if you went and did a bunch of harmonies with them. But Steve, I gotta say,
not for this one. I don't think I did any vocals in this song.
No, that's all me.
It's all you. Well, Steve, I gotta say, you were already a pretty damn good vocalist, years back, especially when we first met. I got a chance to see you live, but you've come leaps and bounds, man. Your highs have so much more power to them when you belt those really high, almost 80s metal and 80s rock highs. So, man, good on you. The riffs are cool too. I get taken by vocals once in a while. Let's get back into this. I dig this. I really dig this.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, what's going to happen here? I see we got a little lull before things pick up. What's going to happen here?
Yes, sir.
like the change up you guys have here. This is a really cool section.
Thanks, man.
Those runs are saucy. Saucy. Nice little fade out. Nice sustain. That's solid. One thing I got to really compliment you guys on, like, I know you just have like you said, a hodgepodge of stuff, and because of that, I can't really nail a specific band, but I get huge, like, everything I like about the, like, late 70s or like mid to late 70s and early 80s rock, like the hard rock, like, vibes that were coming out of there, like Deep Purple when they're going hard, or Boston, or Sweet, or like Cream, any of those guys, like, well done, especially knowing that you guys went as real as you can go in the modern age, right? Like, it's not to tape, but we're still doing like actual drumming on a kit and everything. And I got to say, like, everyone really nailed their parts there. Like, the tones were nice and crisp too. That lead tone was solid. The drums sounded beautiful. Like, I really focused on those, and they were, whoever worked on the production mixing end.
I was just gonna say, we gotta give props to Anthony Sharkey, Tone Bone Marone. He's recorded all 3 of our albums, and every one has sounded better than the one before it, and he just killed it with this one. All those tones, my guitar tones, I know nothing about gear. I know my amps that I like. He sets it all up in the studio, and he makes sure it all sounds right, and he just kills it every time.
Fuck yeah. It takes a good engineer to help out. What was his name again?
Anthony Sharkey.
And he's located in the British Columbia, kind of Vancouver, Victoria.
Ladysmith, just south of where we are.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great. Highly suggest it. He's got a YouTube channel too, where he does like gear breakdowns and like testing and all that kind of stuff too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, check him out. He's a good dude.
Hell yeah.
And also Derek Matten, he mastered the album.
Nice.
Who actually funny enough, Derek plays guitar and vocals for the shirt that Steve's currently wearing, and our drummer and bass player are the drummer and bass player for that band.
That's hilarious.
And that's one of our submissions.
Yeah, that's one of our submissions.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. A little bit of cohesion. I like that.
We actually, before those two were in the band, we played a show with them, and we were on before Chunkosaurus, and we learned one of their songs, and we played their song before them in our set. And before we played, we go, "We wrote this song." So we played, and the whole time they're just shaking their heads. And then the following song that we played was one of our songs. And we play it live. We always take one of their riffs from that song, and we add it into ours. So we play that song, and then we play a riff from their song in our song, and then they had to get up and play the song after us. Just to be dicks. Just because we're buddies with them. We're like, we're gonna fuck with
a little
them.
friendly jest, that's a little friendly fun.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. How many shows did you guys end up going about and playing this past year? Well, because I know recording takes up a lot of time, but I imagine even with that, you still got out and about occasionally.
We never really looked for shows, and it because we're trying to concentrate on getting this album all finished up, right?
No, that's fair.
So, but we accepted a bunch of shows, so I don't know, 20 maybe.
Hey, that's still a good amount, especially if you're like, we're not really looking to play, but we still got 20 gigs.
Yeah, we were over COVID. We were pretty lucky. Like a lot of bands didn't really play at all, but we were fortunate enough we got to actually kind of stay decently busy through COVID.
That's good.
Yeah. So it was we got very, very lucky.
Hell yeah. Did you guys, what do you guys kind of take away from that experience? Because I bet that was a very different like time and environment to be playing music in general.
The writing, especially when we were completely locked down. That's when I started getting really weird with my writing and stuff. Demons that we just played there, that was before COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a pre-evolution.
Yeah.
The first three songs on the album were all written pre-COVID for them. Well, most of the actually, yeah, all of them are pre-COVID, and they're all fairly straightforward songs. And then everything after that is all post-COVID, and that's where we get the weird timings and like the experimental stuff. And yeah, it's you can tell where our brains were at the end of the album.
Hey, that's one thing I like about albums over EPs. Like, I definitely encourage bands if they want to get stuff out on a regular basis. EPs are definitely the quicker way to do it. But an album, you can really see growth if the work's being put in by the band, because from the time they start to the time they finish, they're going to be not completely different, but they're going to have taken a few more things away, learned a few more things, expanded in certain ways, and you can generally pick up on that in just the songwriting as you go through an album. You can kind of pick out all right, so this was, like you said in your case, like that one's a very like pre-COVID, and knowing that it does kind of like sound very reminiscent to a lot of your other songs. Like, not saying like they're like carbon copies of anyway, but like the sound that you guys had and like the way you guys kind of voice yourself on your instruments, like they're very, very similar.
Yeah,
those runs are cool. Yeah. But so I'm curious to hear a post-COVID song at some point. The chat's going off on their own thing. That's always funny. Our mod finally got back from being busy, and everyone's giving her a heckin' hard time. Liz, we love you.
Yeah, be nice to her.
Yeah, guys, listen to the band.
Yeah.
Aside from the album releasing, what are you guys really looking forward to in 2023?
That's honestly, touring, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be, I've been touring way too long.
Was the one that you guys did back in 2018? Yeah, 2018. Back then, was that like the last tour, and then you've just done like a bunch of shows?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Did you, if I remember correctly, you guys still had a few shows left on that tour after you played in Medicine Hat? I know we're going back a few years now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we hit Medicine Hat on the way out to Winnipeg, and then we came.
Oh yeah, because wasn't like Kamloops or Kelowna or something, and then Medicine Hat, or no, that doesn't make sense.
Kelowna, I think first, yeah.
Yeah, it was Kelowna first, but was it immediately Medicine Hat after that, or was
That's
it Grand
a
Prairie?
drive.
I don't remember. It was so long ago. I've drank a lot of whiskey since then, man.
Before then, during then, after then.
All a blur. From what you can remember, what are some things you really took away from that tour? Because you guys said you made it all the way to Winnipeg, so you at least got halfway across the country, which is further than a lot are willing to dare going in either direction, depending on which coast you're on. So was there anything you guys really took away from that experience that even now, all those years later, with the memory fog, still kind of resonates with you?
Well, the fact that you're bringing up Winnipeg, don't go to Winnipeg.
Ooh. Just not a good show? Not a good experience?
It just doesn't seem like a very nice place.
It was, the show wasn't that busy. I mean, whatever. I'd still go again just because it's something to play.
Fun show. Yeah, no,
He's joshing.
Yeah.
Everyone picks on Manitoba and Saskatchewan.
Yeah. You know what surprised me that tour is we played in Prince George, and I remember before we played, it was like a Tuesday or something, and we're like, fuck, we gotta drive 8 hours to Prince George on a Tuesday, and then drive 8 hours back the other direction for our next show. We're like, that's so much driving for a Tuesday. But we're like, we booked it, we gotta play it. We got there, it was wild. It was such a fun show. It was just like kind of not even a hole. I don't know what it was really. But there was no stage. It was all the same size, same level floor.
Just a corner of a pub?
It wasn't even a pub. It was just like a room.
Yeah. It wasn't a pub. It was like, I don't know what you would call it.
Like a community hall or something like that?
No, it wasn't. It was like I don't know what the hell. It was just a room, I guess. I don't know how to
They found a random room.
Yeah, people came, got hammered there. Mock people fall into our, like, spilling beers all over our shit and falling into the microphones, and it was wild. It was one of my favorite nights of the tour. And it was a Tuesday in Prince George. Like, who saw that coming?
I remember being a little worried because the two bands that played before us were heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not that heavy of a band, and I'm like, they're going to tear us apart, but they loved us just the same.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool, because that leads me to ask, like, is that the reception you usually always find yourself? Because I imagine it's got to be pretty wild being like a hard rock band with, like, I can definitely hear some like metal, like old school metal influences here and there, because metal and hard rock are really rooted in a lot of the same stuff. But I imagine you guys get booked with a lot of bands that are just like the brutalist of the brutals. And I imagine, what is that like for you guys? Like when you go to those shows and you kind of interact with that fan base, and how does it usually go over? Obviously, Prince George went well, and I hope that's more the consistency and not the oddity.
Yeah, I don't remember ever playing a show where it wasn't received well.
Yeah, it always seems to go. And we have our, we're pretty high energy, and we do have our share of heavy songs. Like we got Lemmy and Whiskey Rock, and we have our share of heavy stuff. So we can, and especially now too, like with the new songs and our covers, we do. We cover Ace of Spades, we cover Blood and Thunder by Mastodon. Like,
okay, we got our share. Cool. See, I'm just more with like how ridiculous some of the subgenres of like metal have gotten, especially in the tech and deathcore genre. I'm like, if it doesn't have mad blast beats. Like that's apparently what heavy and brutal is now. Like
it's not brutal enough.
It's not enough.
In my opinion, if it's always heavy, it's never heavy. You gotta have some of the heavy. You gotta have some not heavy. It's it's like if it's always nice out, you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it when there's rain. It's kind of all one thing.
Dynamics. They help. They help everything move.
That's a smart person word for it. Yeah, dynamics.
No, see, you worded exactly how I like to word it, and then I just use the dynamic thing when I'm looking over at like the really smart musician who's like, what? And it's just like dynamics. Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
You had to learn that vocabulary for the smart guys, eh?
Exactly. The joys of working in a studio. I might not be able to replicate all the things that I hear in my head or can help manufacture. But I can at least like help verbalize some things that might maybe turn a few gears in the right direction so that whoever's actually handling the instrument can go, oh, fuck yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I imagine, like, we already talked about, I guess, the main recording aspect of it, but what was it like working with, oh, goddamn it, was it Aaron? Please say
Anthony.
Tony. Okay.
Yeah, Tony.
What was it like working with him in the studio? Obviously, like you said, he had his ear for tones and amps, but like, what was like your guys' vibe going in with everything, especially doing things what I would consider the more intricate way? There's far more room for error the more mics you add in a situation, especially with live drums. So just what were a lot of the fun things you took away from working with him specifically? I know you've done like past albums with him, but you said you even noticed growth in him. So I'm curious kind of like that aspect.
As far as the studio actually goes, I'm not sure if I've noticed much of a difference, but his mixing, I think has come in insane. There's been an insane amount of growth there.
Hell yeah! Well, that's good. That means
just
that.
his knowledge and
Well, that means that's good. That means that his ears have always kind of known what he needs. Because if he can get it right at the source and just make sure things are mic'd properly, the better his mixing skills get. The just better that accentuates all of that other positive shit that you guys have been able to capture on the DAW.
It's the same studio we recorded in for the last album. I'm for the Black Velvet cover. But since we were in there for Black Velvet, a lot of work was done in the studio. A lot of pieces were repaired. The gear itself was just in really good shape. It always was in good shape, but now it was kind of, there's a guy in there who was hired to really give it a once over. So that was a nice thing. It was all the toys were working really well.
He made sure everything was spick and span before things got started.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's good.
The limit, the what else was there?
Space Echo.
Space Echo is a big one. Yeah.
Oh, we used a lot of Space Echo.
Nothing wrong with Space Echo.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's more so just for Steve, but I'm using this more so to help see if I can have anything else randomly trigger that's band related. But Steve, back when you were co-hosting, like I know there was a lot of like sitting, chilling, smoking, drinking. But what was it like for you kind of being in the chair, getting to hear all those submissions come in and hear what's happening with other bands and other scenes?
It was super cool. Kind of just like I was fairly sheltered as far as my listening goes. And just hearing all kinds of different kind of music, and different kinds of production value and all this, and kind of just opened my mind a lot to different skill levels, different musicianship and tastes and everything. And I dug it. I dug almost all of it.
I can agree with all of that. And sometimes it blows my goddamn mind with the level of talent that's out there. And not just even the music, like a lot of music videos that get submitted nowadays too. I'm just like, Jesus, what, like, good job. Like, way to do a lot with a little and make it look really good. And it blows my mind the levels that we've seen underground bands really grow, whether it's in audio, songwriting, how they present themselves as a band or a brand, as people like to have, like, acknowledge it through every form of social media. But it's really cool seeing that expansion, especially through the pandemic. Like, I felt you found a lot of guys lean into their strengths. Like you were mentioning earlier, Steve, like when everything shut down, that's when you got a bit more creative with your writing. Like, you were kind of stuck there doing your own thing. And I find that was the case with a lot of people just in different avenues. And it's really cool to see that, I guess, the fruit of that labor now.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a fruit fly.
Seeing something come together.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Sorry, I did not mean to get distracted by the random fruit fly that just went right in front of me there.
No, I don't think I can think of it, really. It's no.
I'm trying to think of, because we don't have an album name yet. Oh, no. Where can everyone find you fine gentlemen and your music and your socials and all of that fun stuff?
Well, if you want to find me tonight, I'm going to be out shoveling snow. So
there you go. Look in the snowdrifts. He's going to get blown over.
Yeah. No, we're on all everything, Instagram, Under the Mountains, under TH Mountain. There's no E because some bastard already took Under the Mountain.
Right.
We're on Spotify and iTunes and all whatever it's streaming, all that shit.
I'm going to remember the no E. Like, because that's, everyone remember that. There's no E in Under the Mountain.
Well, there's an E in under. There's just no E in the.
In the. Okay.
Yeah, under TH Mountain. Because then whoever took that.
Instagram?
So it's Under Mountain?
Yeah. Under the Mountain. I think it's just Instagram. It's like that. I think everything else is normal, as far as I know.
I think so.
We have a website with our merch on it. I don't know what the website is. Has it changed?
UTMband.com, isn't it still?
Yeah, I think so. UTMband.com.
You know what? Let me just grab the link right
because
there.
We didn't renew our underthemountain.com or underthemountainband.com, so someone stole that. Now it's a German shoe selling website or some shit. So that's cool.
Hey, just keep an eye on that. Watch, it'll be a fight. It'll be a fight for it. Just keep an eye on whenever it expires and snag it back. Be like, hey, thanks for all that. Thanks for all that marketing you guys did. No, we don't sell shoes. We sell music.
Yeah.
For everyone on Twitch, this is the website right there for you. Oh, there's a bunch of additional shit at the end of the URL, but that's okay. That works just fine.
Right.
Steve, Myles, I want to thank you both for taking the time for being a part of the show and sitting in and talking to me.
Thanks for having us, man.
No problem.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. When you guys decide a name for the album and a release date for said unnamed album, please let me know and I will be sure to share it around and promote it. And once the track drops again, we'll be sure to put it on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, I won't take up any more of your guys' time. I very much appreciate you guys being a part of this show. It's Tuesday, though, and I assume you guys have, regular life stuff, things to do as well.
Yeah, I'm going to work, shoveling snow.
Yeah. Also, I never said this, Steve. I love your background. It's just been no problem. I just, had to make sure I said that before all was said and done. That is...
It's all black light lit.
See, I thought that was just a fucking random effect they had on, but that's real. That's even better.
It's my backdrop.
My
shirt is also black light activated.
Dude,
shirt.
That looks fucking slick.
My stuff's all just regular light.
No, that's okay. Before I let you guys go, do you guys want to give me any info about the two bands you submitted?
Well, we've talked a lot about Chunkosaurus already.
Oh, yes, we have. That's true. Awkward AC. What do you got for me on them?
So that's John's other band. That's our drummer's other band.
Okay. Cool.
He's in that band with the manager of the Terminal. It's a bar here in town, and they're a punk band, and they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, sweet. Good show. Good live show.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, everyone in the chat, I think those are going to be the first two bands that we play once we let these fine gentlemen depart. So
play some of these guys too. We Hunt Buffalo. I can't see the bottom of it, but throw some We Hunt Buffalo on too.
We Hunt Buffalo?
Yeah, they are sweet. I got a tattoo of them right here.
You know what?
They're good.
Just for you. Do you have a song?
Oh God, Heavy Low.
Heavy Low? All right.
Yeah.
We'll make that the first one we put on after this all goes.
I promise you're going to like it.
I have to remember that Devin also has access to this because I saw the red bar and went, it says I've already seen and heard this. No, Devin has.
Yeah, no, these guys, We Hunt Buffalo, they're great dudes. We play with them quite often. They're just great band.
Fuck yeah. Well, we'll put them on right away here. You fine gentlemen, thank you again. Have fun shoveling snow. Stay warm. Yeah. And Steve, Myles, thank you guys again. Under the Mountain, everyone. Be sure to go find them at all of their socials. And final words, guys.
Thanks for having us, man. Rock and roll.
Much love. Take care, guys.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. Peace out, guys. Much love.
See you later.
That's a lot of fun, guys. Those guys were tight. I very much enjoy those guys. They're fucking just cool cats. We've hung out before, and we've had some fun. I can't believe it's been 4 fucking years since they were here.